Alright, good day everybody. Welcome to Sales Today. Today we'll be talking about channels to grow your business sustainably. Remember, in Sales Today we always talk about how to generate revenue and how to ensure you get it done sustainably. Now today we're talking about the channels that you will be growing, that you can use to grow your revenue sustainably, such a manner that you always have leads coming in and of course getting revenues being boosted up at all time. And first of it is what I call visibility. Right? You need to be seen. People must know where you are, what you do, and of course be in the face of everyone at most time. Visibility, one of those things that you need to do when it comes to visibility for products like supermarket products itself, or product that has to do with physical stuff, or you may even be in high premium product that needs your client to make payment in millions. You need a very good location because that builds trust itself, and your location also helps you to really ensure that you get repeated sales from your clients, because again they need to know where you stay, how they can get across to you, and accessibility is top notch to ensuring that clients can always come around to you at any time of the day itself to get the product that they wanted alongside. Part of that also is that you must be visible on TV, on radio. All right, you must be able to make educational content so well that it drives the awareness of your client towards the use or the benefits of what your product or service can give to them. So invariably you can make content or educational content on what are the hills of not being able to do XYZ, which of course is what your product serves, because your product is solving a problem and is trying to really resolve a pain point itself. So educational content helps alongside, if that is being produced well enough to be publicized on TV, on radio, and across social media handles that you have. And also you must also check your social media handles. If you are the type that of course you are best, or your clients if you are best on Instagram or LinkedIn or even the Facebook network itself, you can be able to start seeing how you can begin to develop your clients organically. I am not in support of those that want to buy a product or you want to buy leads or buy social media followers, because they may not be organic clients that resonate to what you're selling. But if you want to really ensure that you take the best advantage of what social media gives to you, ensure that you grow your social media page organically, such that people that are on your page resonate with what you say, what you do, with the service that you offer, and of course they can get across to your team to make a purchase or to ask for your service as well. So also you can also get across also with email marketing, where you can do a broadcast to see all the individuals or organizations that will be or would like to use your product or the service that you offer, and then send a broadcast to them in terms of your mails, where you can then obviously do a whole lot of introduction of your product, what your product can offer them, or more importantly, you can even do an add-on, or maybe possibly look at the organization that we know they will need your product, get to do a research a bit on them and see their pain points. Then you can do an analysis review or discovery section to them, giving them idea of this is what you have been able to really figure out after being able to do a mystery shopping on their organization, which of course have given you a discovery material to be able to sell your product or your service to them as well. Also, you can also do what I call paid SEO, search engine optimization, where you become Googleable. All right, people can be able to see you more online, and when they really had to put in some keywords into their search online, your organization or the products that you service become part of the keywords as well too. So number one is visibility, and I think you can do that through your location itself, through television and radios, social media handles, email marketing, and of course paid SEO. More importantly, you can do educational content that resonate or give awareness of what your product or service can offer to the public, and where individuals or clients or organizations can begin to make decisions because they've been able to see that you are an authority in that which you give to them educationally, and of course they can begin to resonate with the product or service they offer, you offer, and then obviously call for your attention. Number two, I would say in this very part of growing your revenue sustainably is ad boost. All right, it has been proven and been said that Coca-Cola spent 30% of their revenue on advertising. Not profit, but revenue on advertising. That's why there is no country on earth today that you will not hear the word Coca-Cola or Coke. Even though they are so much well known all across the world as one of the most well-seen, visible brand across the world, they still spend a huge chunk of their investment in advertising. So it becomes very necessary that it's important that you as an individual make ad boost or paid ad as one of the priority to ensuring that you get to be seen across different channels and different demographics. More importantly, it's important that you get to see that your ad resonate with the individual. Do your normal search itself that you tend to tweak around, do your digital marketing in analysis, that those that needed to see your ad are the ones that you are targeting your ads to, so it doesn't become totally a waste, and of course waste of time and money. Number 3 in this very series is what I'll call referrals. All right, referrals are quite important, but you cannot get referrals until when you have been able to sell your product or service to a client that is satisfied with what you've given to him or her. And more important, your client must be of such that he has gotten the benefit of your product so well that he feels that he can recommend this to his friends and to his colleagues. And if your client obviously can afford what you offer, then he has communities or among his network of individuals that can afford the same product of yours itself, and of course be able to speak about your product to the client. So it's important to really ensure that your client get the best service that they needed to get, because customer service or customer experience is so key in this very area. And if your clients are able to get the value of what they paid for, it becomes natural. It becomes natural for them to tell their friends about your product and of course build a relationship alongside with them. And also for those that possibly have not been able to get your products across to them, you can build a relationship with them such that they begin to like you for your personality. They begin to trust you because you've been consistent, and in the midst of that, they can on their own, after a long period of relationship trust that have been built, refer their friends or recommend your product or service to their friends. Not necessarily that they have used your product, but they've been able to see over the period of months and years your consistency, and of course they've been able to do a lot of reviews from past users of your product and services. So you can ask them to refer their friends and colleagues that even though they're not using it, at least they can be of help to you in that regard. And number 4 on how to generate revenues, channels to use, is what I would call follow up. All right, it has been proven also that statistically that 86% of salespeople don't follow up their client more than 10 times. All right, and it has also been seen that most of the businesses are closed, especially high network business or high value businesses are closed after the 11th contact. All right, in fact, another analysis showed that an individual will only click your ad after seeing it for more than 13 times. So invariably, follow-up is so key and it's so necessary. Most times, I used to tell my team that as long as your client has not blocked you, all right, and is still always reading your messages, is because it feels that you are giving him value or content, and one day it will definitely remind. Because if you are in the client's face consistently and all the time, not to irritate them to that point, but at least once in a while at major times where you know it's important to send messages to them, to give them updates, especially when you have occasions, events across the country that support that, you're always in their face in that regard, then your product will be registered in their mind, and whenever the need comes around, whether through their talks, their meetings, their commitment with people, or during programs and the rest, and such talks that goes in line with your product comes up, of course your name becomes the first that comes to mind, and they can be able to give you a call. And also it's important you follow up your client itself. As long as they have not blocked and they have not told you to stop calling them, keep on following up your client and keep doing that consistently. Grant Cardone said in his book in 10X that he, as a person, before he went ahead to become big and went viral, had to double up his effort on what they do or they post out to some of their clients, and to the point that he had to make it a 10X rule, where he has to do what every person does once 10 times for him to get the kind of astronomical visibility and revenue that he got alongside. And number 5 in this very series is what I call community events. All right, ensure that you team or you as a person attend events that are geared or in consonance with what you represent as a value, all right, or product itself. All right, attend programs, seminars, meetings, events, and even gatherings that you know your leads are possibly or are going to be available in those places as well. And of course, you can also meet with industry friends or competitors or colleagues, where you can even then go ahead to have partnership or make a strategic partnership that will help to boost your product or boost your visibility or boost your reach to a newer audience or newer individuals that may not be within your niche that you have been servicing in the first instance. So it's important you attend community event itself and see how best you can make yourself most relevant and most available, visible to bringing out value content that will be quite useful to the audience that you are meeting in that very community as well. And finally, in this very series is what I will call networking. Always have that mindset that you are representing a brand. So as such, you must consistently build your brand, build your product across the brand or across you in manner that you know that when people get to see you, they trust you first, and from there they can now go into not trusting your product or the service you're going to offer to them. So invariably, wherever you are, both out of work, wherever you find yourself, in meetings, in program, in church event, mosque event, or any other social gathering of such itself, ensure that you represent that brand that you feel will be of such that you can also resonate with and you can always trust as an individual. So that invariably, when you bring forth what you do in terms of a product or services, people trust you naturally because you've been able to make your brand so well known to them and so trusted that you put yourself ahead in manners that will make people not to doubt your credibility and your integrity. And then you can now begin to speak about your product if time permit in that regard, or better thing, they can begin to even get across to you, reaching out to you to seeing best how they can get your services in that regard, because you've been able to build trust and you'll be able to make the right networking alongside. So invariably, these are 6 channels. I feel if you cannot even adopt this to your existing channels, I'm sure that your product will even, or your service will go further, and you can begin to get revenue consistently from your existing client or from new niche or new individuals that are going to get across to. And these are: number 1, visibility, which of course I talked about, the location, the TV, social media, in marketing, paid SEO, educational content. Number 2, I talked about paid ad, which of course had to do with ad boost, where you consistently churn out your information to the right audience over and over using the ad boost method. Number 3 is the referral method, where I say your client must ensure that you service your clients so well that they get the best experience using your products and services, that even your product gives them an exceptional value that they can always make a repeated sale. Number 4, I say, is follow up. It's important you keep following up on your client consistently, continually, and ensuring that you know the best time to reaching out to your client based on areas that they tend to communicate best. Number 5, I say community engagement, where you get to ensure that you attend engagement and community gatherings that resonate with what you sell, what you service as well too, and what you give in terms of product. And finally, I said networking. Network and continue to network with individuals, even though you've not seen the benefit that comes out immediately. But I bet you in the long run, networking pays, because it builds relationship, and of course it can bring you a lifetime business that you may not even have envisaged from the beginning itself. I believe these 6 aspects can assist you further in growing your revenue, and if you can adopt this further to already existing plan or channels, I think you can also sustain your revenue sustainably and also keep growing the bottom lines.